Coach, you've stressed defense for a long time now. And to get a win like this on the defensive side, particularly with how you guys played on offense, wasn't as great as you want. Just get your comments on that.
Well, our last two home games, if you look, kind of push those together, the last two times we played here, two great teams in our building, Houston and Memphis. Two great defensive teams, Houston and Memphis. Great, both of them, great defensive teams. And we played great defense in both those games and were able to win because of it. Even though we're kind of known, for the year for our offense, our numbers are up there, nationally or whatever. But against these two teams, it's been very, very difficult to score. So, very, very pleased, very, very proud of the defensive effort again. Tremendous. The best wins. The best. I mean, we shoot 33.9% from three, and you win against Memphis. Are you kidding me? You know how hard you have to play to pull that off, and that game was all about will and grit and fight. That's all that game was about. It was certainly not about making shots and playing offense. It was guys having pride in staying in the race, protecting the home court, beating a great team, all those kind of things. And that's, to me, all that it was about. Having said that, I wish we could bottle that and get it on the road. We for whatever reason, everyone is better at home, but still, I mean, we're significantly better defensively at home. We just are, and we've got to get that figured out, but not Sunday because we play here again. But we'll need another defensive effort like that to have a chance to win on Sunday.
That formula is exactly what you talked about when you were reviewing the Tulsa game. If you don't have your outside shot, defense, rebounding, that kind of thing. With that in mind, how does this rank as far as a gratifying win for you to see your team fight that out?
1 and 2 was the last, two times we played here. That's just right off the top of my head. But yeah, that's 1 and 2, I think, and maybe 3 was at Memphis. At Memphis. But to beat Houston here with the defensive effort, I thought our defensive effort against Houston was just fantastic. And again tonight, I thought it was. Again, and we have to have that. We've got to have it every single night out. Now, we can't afford even one game where we're not at that level. I am glad we've got a few days here to get a little rest because our schedule is so tough down the road. Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, first of all, is a hard week because you don't get that extra day. And we're flying to Florida twice in those couple days. That's not going to be easy. So we're going to need to be full of energy, and we're going to need to be full of intensity and toughness when we do go on the road. But again, our next game is at home against a great team, a great Wichita State team, and it will take everything we have.
Are you able to exhale at all with Precious over there on the bench with foul trouble?
A little bit, yes. What an athlete, he's just a tremendous athlete. He's just his athleticism and his motor. He just puts himself into the game, and yet I thought we did a good job in a lot of ways. Some ways, not great all the time. We did probably a much better job the last time we played him at Memphis, but that certainly helped. He got too early. That didn't hurt things either, but yeah, that did help. How many minutes did he end up playing? 19. Yeah, that certainly worked in our favor.
Coach, we've talked about this a few times, and I'll ask you the same question here. What is it about this team playing at Moody Coliseum?
I know it's I wish I knew the answer. I'm happy. I'm very happy about the success. I don't want to look it right in the eye either. Just kind of let it go. Don't want to overanalyze it, but there is something, I hope it's pride. I hope it's just that we've established the pride that this is our home court and we take care of it. I hope that there is a tiny sprinkle of magic in here. It's certainly written about a lot, so maybe it's that. I hope our crowd, helps us. I hope that's part of it. I think, we've got a crowd that gets into the game. So I don't know. I really don't, but it's one of the most important things if you're looking at programs and the ability to have success over time at a different school or whatever. One of the very, very, very important things is, do you have a home court? Do you have a strong home court? Do you have a following? Do you have a tradition of winning at home? And you need that, and we have that, and it's very, very important to us. We have over the years we've been up and down like everybody else on the road. That's our next thing that we've got to solve. I'm not putting the cart before the horse at all, believe me, but I'm just looking at the rest of our season, and we'll have to do a better job there.
Tyson Jolly was talking about Ethan Shagwa and saying that in some games he stands out at the 3-point line looking for perimeter shots, and tonight he found a move that he liked and he got 3 or 4 buckets down in the low post.
He was big for us, wasn't he? I mean,
have you been asking for more of that from him?
Well, in this game, certainly was. Not always does he love doing that, as you can tell. We'll leave it at that. But he's very good at it. I don't know why he doesn't love it more. But he was a big factor. He was a huge, huge factor in our ability to win that game. We needed what he gave us, or I don't think we would have won the game. It was great to see. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for us. We need his continued play like that. And I think, if we'll continue to try to get him the ball there, and it can only help your outside shooting confidence. Anytime the ball's going to the basket in any form, it helps you. And he's always been such a good outside shooter for us over the past 2 years. This year he struggled, but it's there. It's there to come back. But he was great for us tonight, and proud of Tyson. Anytime a guy gets a double-double, you got to mention that. I mean, you just have to mention that. I mean, that's pretty, especially when you're a guard, you get 10 rebounds. Can't overlook that. So that's one heck of an effort.
Isaiah Mike tonight picks up 3 fouls pretty early, and then Isaiah JC was out with an injury, it looked like.
Yeah.
What does it do for your rotation, and also what is his status right now?
Got a little short, didn't it? Got a little throwback to last year. All of a sudden, looking down, there's not quite as many people. Everett Ray is out with an injury. This is all not great timing. Isaiah got injured in the game. There's 2 of your bigs out. Isaiah Mike has got foul trouble. All of a sudden, it had some flashbacks, honestly, of the depleted numbers. But that's another reason I'm really, because I could see early on, like we're going to be leaving some guys out here a while. We're not really able to sub like you'd like. I look at the minutes, their minutes versus ours. They had a lot fresher guys on the floor in the last 7-8 minutes than we did. And that always worries me. But our guys, fought through it, and you worry, okay, you play that many minutes, the last 4 minutes when it's winning time, do you have the juice to play the kind of defense you're going to need, or does it just kind of get, the defense gets a bit loose and starts fouling and giving up easy shots, and we didn't do that, and that was a great effort.
How's JC feeling, and do you expect to have him Sunday?
Yeah, I hope. I don't know. Hopefully it's just a short-term thing, but I actually don't know exactly right now.
You hold them to 20 in the first half. Was that your best defensive half of the year, or was that simply Memphis a little cold with shots?
Maybe I'd probably have to watch the film to see exact quality shots. I thought our Houston first half was pretty incredible too, if I remember right. Seemed like we held them way down in the first half, if I remember. Both those were really, really good. We've had some other really, really good halves, but this would rank there for sure, yes.
Just to kind of piggyback off of that, you look at the turnovers. They have 21 turnovers. You guys scored 20 points off of turnovers, and I think we had that discussion about how that statistic.
I don't know if we really did. Yeah, how do you know how many you really scored?
Right.
Because when you take if they travel, you take it out of bounds, and if you score, they give you off a turnover.
We'll talk to Herm about that.
That's crazy.
But just to force 21 on a team like that's got to.
Well, that was a big emphasis, and partly because they are a team. You always this time of year you look at stats and they matter. a lot of the stats are who you really are now. If you start looking at stats too early in the year, you can really get fooled. You see a guy shooting 12%, he hits about 7 threes on you because it's, you know, but later in the year he becomes the shooter he is. This team, Memphis, who are they? One of the best defensive teams in America. They've proven it, their numbers prove it, they are, and you know that going into the game. They've got one of the best offensive rebounders in the country. You know that, it's proven. But turnovers is one of their weaknesses, and you know that. And we said, hey, we gotta speed them up a little bit. We gotta get them. We need to force turnovers because the points may come difficult at the other end.
You talked after the first meeting against Memphis and then leading up to tonight about how good Precious is. And he picked up 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes. Was that part of the plan to drive at him and try to get him in trouble?
You know, we kind of hoped we could get a little lucky, but we got real lucky on the first foul, if I remember right. I can't remember exactly. I just remember thinking, wasn't sure it was even on him. I can't remember exactly, but you know, it wasn't like we, you know, had 3 plays that we were going to run right at him the very first 3 times. I wish I could say it was that way. So in some ways we were fortunate. We did want to take it to him a little bit. Even in the second half with his fouls, you know, we tried to go at him, actually shot a turnaround that went in. You know, I was kind of hoping we'd go at him, but hey, Ethan was feeling it so good.